So if there's one thing I love about documentaries is how well they're telling their stories. So basically, I was watching Tom DuBois' documentary on my life with gaming. So the name of the documentary is called Tom DuBois, the man who drew Kanomi. So if you haven't checked out that documentary on YouTube, it's out. Go check it out for yourselves and let me know how you feel about it. So for those of you who played your Turtles in Time and Hyperstone Heist on the Sega Genesis, Contra series on the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, anyone on the Sega Genesis, Game Boy, Game Gear, whatever, you would notice that the box art of these games all came from Tom DuBois from the late 80s to mid 90s. So basically, Tom DuBois and the documentary talks about how he grew up in the Chicago area, and as a child he never really played any video games whatsoever. He did stated that his video games were planting a bomb, well, not a bomb, like a rocket, fireworks, spaceship, and blowing it up. Those were like his video games back in the day. In his late teens, while he was in college, when he graduated art school in 1979, he began to do customizing work for the motorcycles, cars, and everything. Until one day his cousin actually told him about this company named Kanomi in I think the mid 80s or late 80s, and he submitted his work to the company and they loved it. So basically, he's been working on countless video game covers like the Castlevania series, the Contra series, the Ninja Turtles series in the 90s. Whatever games that comes to your mind that came from Kanomi when it comes to box art, you will literally think of Tom DuBois. I can't even say his name, just forget it. So basically, the way that this dude draws, oh done. It's like cartoony, but realistic at the same time. But in 1984, the relationship with game company Ad Magazine pretty much ended. So Tom DuBois' last cover was Lethal Enforcers. It came out on the Sega CD and the Sega Genesis. That was one of his final works in the video game industry. After Kanomi, he bounced around all over different working companies, but he pretty much landed in Disney. Ended up doing a bunch of work for Disney, Peter Pan, of that. But in 2007, he ended up getting cancer due to him going back to his days of painting without protection, shirtless and all that. But I think since he met with his best friend Matt actually is the author and writer of retro video game magazines and stuff. It gave Tom DuBois an opportunity to draw for him again from the heart and passion and soul. And I like what he actually said, that when it comes to passion and heart, that's how things get done in life. Whatever you're into something, that's what it comes from, the heart and soul. Especially when you're drawing the characters and everything. So yes, he did this book piece for a Christian journal. After he got out of the hospital, finished doing chemo and surviving cancer, he didn't really know which art direction he wanted to go after he gone through life and stuff. And I love how the documentary ends, that Tom DuBois will always be a part of that video game history when it comes to his artwork. And before the documentary started, the host of the episode talks about how people at the Chicago area that goes to vintage retro video game stores and always admire the box art of Super Nintendos, the Sega Genesis, the NES, the PlayStation, the artwork of Tom DuBois, and that's what makes this documentary special. If I have to rate this documentary, I would have to give it a 5 out of 5 because I love video games, I love retro video games, and I love Tom DuBois' artwork. It's funny because I never knew that he actually did the work for Kanomi. The Hyperstone Heist, the Turtles in Time, the Contra 3, Alien Wars, and Corpse. I wish he would have still doing video game box art today, because I think that's what's missing the most these days is classic video game box art that doesn't get any love whatsoever, and it really shows. What did you think of my review? If you haven't seen the documentary, I will have that in the description below so you guys can check it out. Also, if you're new to my channel, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do so and follow me on Instagram. And please leave a like for your boy also. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And if you want more videos like this, let me know right now. This is DH. Well, I can't even say it, but this is DH R2 Productions. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. And you guys rock.